Hey everybody, Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. 3,000 point battle using the end time rules. The second game I got to play with the Kane magic rules, so it was also a very good game. And of course, it was me, Lord Tremendous of the Undead Legion, versus the Dominar of the High Elves. This is an opponent that actually taught me how to play the game long ago. I haven't played him in a while, and I was thrilled to get a game against him. So sit back, relax, and get ready to see how I beat up some high elves, because, oh, it's fun. And even though he is using the end times rules, he is a pure high elf list because he's a purist, so there.
Are you ready for a war?
Here's my list, and it's more of the same. My general is my vampire lord, Lord Tremendous. He's on an abyssal terror with poisonous tail and sword claws, basically poisonous armor-piercing attacks. My vampire is a level 3 wizard with heavy armor, sword of anti-heroes, enchanted shield, talisman of preservation, the other trickster's shard, red fury, quick blood, and the lore of undeath. I have a lich high priest, Queen Elizabeth, who's a level 4 wizard with a dispel scroll, seed of rebirth, and the lore of Nehekhara. My hero choices are a vampire, Dark Vincent, who's a level 1 wizard with heavy armor, shield, Sivagur's hex scroll, and the lore of vampires. And then I've got Tomb Prince, Sinister Jeffrey, with a great weapon, armor, silvered steel, and a luckstone, and my Necrotech, the Architect, with Tormentor Sword, Dragon Helm, and the Iron Curse icon. My core choices are 5 Skeleton Horse Archers with a banner, 58 Skeleton Warriors, the Fateless, with full command, light armor, and shields, 13 Skeleton Archers, the Queen's Guard, with full command, 3 Chariots, Rolling Bones, with Musician Banner and a Banner of Eternal Flame, and another 3 Chariots, the Thunder, with Banner Musician. My special choices are 3 Vargeist, 3 Medusa Stalkers, those that gaze, a Chimerian War Sphinx, Kitty! With Fiery Roar. My rare choices are my Hyro Titan, Nad the Protector, and my Casket of Souls. I did not get my opponent's army list because I suck. Sorry. Here's deployment. For the most part, I was thinking, well, I kind of outnumber him because, you know, we're all dead and they're alive. So really, I just kind of deployed how I always deploy with, you know, the skeleton mass, chariots flanking on the skeleton mass, Titan backing them up, archers backing them up, War Kitty and my Vampire Lord started in the forest, just give him that extra -1 to shoot, because I figured all 3 of his bolt throwers were going to be shooting at him, so make it difficult for him. Why not? Caskets behind the Skeleton Warriors, so they have to deal with them in order to get a hold of them. And the only reason I put my Skeleton Horseman Archers over there on the right side is because I found out that he had scouts, and I deployed poorly. So I wanted something over there to stop him from getting within, you know, 12 inches of my Lord with scouts, because that sucks. So I moved everything I moved them over there, blocking his scouts, which moved on that mountain halfway through the table. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I had no plan other than make him come to me, and hopefully I can magic and shoot him a little bit and lower his model count. And when I get a hold of him, hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works out. Here's my opponent's right flank, which consists of a unit of Reavers and a unit of Archers. I don't think that... Oh, no, not in this unit of Archers. There's no character. Here's his center from left to right. There's a bolt thrower. Next to him are some white lines with his BSB installed. Behind them in the forest is another bolt thrower. In front of them is a unit of Phoenix Guard with a... I want to say level 3 or 4 high magic user. Not 100% on that. Behind them is a Frost Phoenix. And then, of course, there's a unit of Sea Guard with an Archmage, Laura Life, I think? I'm not 100% there. And I think there's another character in that one. I'm not 100%. No, there's just the one character in there. I believe it's another, like, level 4 caster. And then in the archer unit right next to them is another level 4 caster. So he's got a lot of casters. You know, he's taking that Kane magic thing to heart. And here's his left flank, which consists of 2 bolt throwers on a hill, a unit of Reavers, and a unit of scouting Shadow Warriors. And there is a character in there, the Prince or Hero or whatever, with the cloak that makes him a scout. Here's my right flank, and ignore the scouts. I took these pictures a little late. He was doing his movement phase and stuff, so yeah, he was moving up. But anyway, right to left, there's my Skeleton Horseman Archers, my Vampire Lord on a Terror, and my War Kitty. And here's my center, which consists of my archers with level 4 installed, my chariots, and those are not the chariots that have the flaming banner. My skeleton warriors are the big brick in the middle with my vampire, my necrotech, and my prince installed. And the Hyro Titan's behind them, and my casket is next to him. And here's my left flank. There's my chariots with the flaming banner and my Vargeists. Here's top of one after movement, and like I said, he got to go first. Really, the only thing that happens is infantry move up slightly, and his scouts move up towards my scouts because he wants them dead. Deader than they already are. During his magic phase, he gets Tempest off on my skeleton warriors, which I don't remember if I tried to dispel it or not, but I know I either rolled poorly on the D6 thing, or I rolled on my dispel attempt poorly. One of the two happened, but the spell went off. No. This was the Irresistible Force spell. So yeah, Tempest goes off on my Skeleton Warriors and does, 7 wounds, which was impressive. While I was moving the wounds off of these guys, I slipped and smashed a bunch of my stuff, so that's why the one guy's just a pair of legs. My fault, Butterfingers, what can you do? But then my opponent, he miscast 3. Which, considering the Phoenix Guard had a 3-up ward save, does a decent amount. His character does not go into the warp, but he does take the wound. And then 5 Phoenix Guard die, which, like I said, they had a 3-up ward save. That was friggin' incredible. So, not the best possible way it could go, but for 7 archers, or for 7 warriors that I can bring back, he lost 5 Phoenix Guard and put a wound on his caster that he can't put back. So, that was kind of nice. Then, since it's the Decayed Magic phase, he throws Tempest a few more times. I stop it a few times, then I just ran out of Dispel dice, and he got it off again on my Skeleton Warriors, and 6 more die. So, he took a serious chunk out of my Skeleton Warriors, and that breaks my heart a little bit. Then over here in shooting, yeah, his scouts have no problem taking out my 5 horsemen, and that's okay. That's kind of what they were there for. Then over here, I don't remember what exactly shot at him. I know his Reaver shot, maybe a bolt thrower, not 100%, but a couple of wounds happened to the Vargeist, and that's not happy. Yeah, then some more shooting occurs, and 2 Vargeist die. So I've got 1 left, but at least he's fully healed, so it's something. Then another bolt thrower takes a shot at my Hyro Titan, hits, wounds, and does 2 wounds to him. So, you know, I'm taking some damage, but I'm playing Elves. What do you expect? Another bolt thrower shoots at my kitty, and of course does a wound to him because life's not fair, but what can you do? And with all the fun said and done, we go over here to bottom of 1 after movement. And there was a little bit, not a ton. My warriors came up a little bit, my chariots came up a little bit, just to keep everybody in range. My Titan turns around and moves towards the scouts because I want to use Shem's Burning Gaze on them. My general turns to face the scouts, and my archers with my high priest turn around to face the scouts because I want them dead. I want to hurt as many of them as I can. Also, during the movement phase, my frenzied Vargeist fails his frenzy check, has to charge the Reavers that are 12. Well, he needed a 22 to hit them, so I needed to roll a 12 on 3d6 minus the lowest dice in order to hit them, and of course I didn't. I think I rolled close. I think I rolled like a 10, so it was very close. Unfortunately, well, fortunately anyway, he stands and shoots and fails the wound, so that's nice. During the magic phase, I'm able to get Bubble Ward off, which is nice because I heal a wound off the Titan, I bring some skeletons back, and now everybody's got a ward save, which is very cool. And then I'm able to get that Incantation of Vengeance off on his scouts, which makes it so that they have lost, I think, 3 inches off their movement, and if they move for any reason, it's dangerous terrain, even open terrain. So if they move for any reason whatsoever, they're going to take some damage, which I was hoping they were going to move. During the shooting phase, my archers take shots at these guys, and I think they kill 1 or 2. I think they killed 2. 2 or 3. I can't remember. 2. And we're going to stay with 2. Final answer. And while it's not enough for a panic check, or maybe it is, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, it's not enough for a panic check. But they are still 2 less, and that's a good thing. Then over here, one of my chariots fires at the White Lions and actually kills a couple of them, which kind of blew my mind a little bit. But I was happy about it. 2 dead White Lions. Hey, for, strength 3 chariot shooting. Yay! With no combat, we go over here to top of 2 after movement, and his Phoenix jumps over to where my chariots are at, which isn't the greatest thing in the world, but it lets me know that my chariots are about to catch a hell of a lot of shooting, which sucks a little bit. Other than that, his Reavers just kind of hang tight. Most of his army hangs tight. His infantry comes forward cautiously. I wouldn't say that they were any real hurry to get a hold of me. They still had a lot of shooting and magic to do at me. His other Reavers run over to my right flank there to give my general, I guess, a choice between charging them or the Scouts. I was just going to kind of go for the Scouts because there's a character in there, and the Scouts are more of a threat in my opinion. Other than that, that was pretty much it. During his magic phase, he gets that super spell from the end times from the high magic phase off on my level 4. He gets it off irresistible, and basically it means until his next magic phase, my level 4 just isn't in the game. She's like phased out of reality or something. Very cool spell, gotta be honest with you. Was really shocked. He was like, I'm gonna use it, I'm gonna try it, and he rolled like a 5 for the amount of dice he could roll at it, and he rolled a couple of 6s, so what can you do? His resulting miscast was a 7, so yeah, not the best miscast, but not the worst. But after all said and done, the wounds that he does to the unit are saved by their ward save, because I think they've got like a 3 up right now, which is insane. But yeah, the Phoenix Guard are fine. I don't believe they take any damage, and maybe one guy dies. Nothing huge. And it does take like 5 or 6 dice out of his magic phase, which helps end it quicker, and nothing else happens. I think his magic phase either ends after this, or he was out of dice after he cast that spell. Can't remember exactly which, but his spell's over, or his magic phase is over, and that's a good thing. Then during the shooting phase, he's able to put a wound on my Vargeist with the Reavers that were across the way from him, the ones that he charged unsuccessfully last turn. Over here, though, this is where the majority of his shooting was concentrated, which, you know, we all kind of expected. And, of course, all 3 of my chariots are destroyed, which is a shame because I was going to charge the hell out of him in that Phoenix. You know, -1 strength, be damned. Then over here, I believe his Reavers, maybe his Scouts, I can't really remember, shoot at my Archers and kill 2 of them, and that's fine, I can bring them back. So, with no combat, we go over here to bottom of 2 after movement, and I move around a little bit. My Warriors kind of shift to face the Phoenix with the hope of, you know, if he is going to charge my Skeleton Warriors, he ends up in the front, not the flank. The Vargeist passes his Frenzy check and turns to face where the Phoenix is at, just because I might have to throw him into this combat. I don't know yet. My General charges his Scouts and makes it. They decide to stand because if they move, it's dangerous terrain. And, you know, but they do pass their terror check, so why not? And other than that, the Chariots and the Kitty and the Titan and everything just kind of move around a little bit to try to mitigate what the Phoenix can charge, you know, try to stop him from being able to fit in. There's a better picture of my General slamming into the Scouts, and I feel pretty good about that. During the magic phase, I'm able to get some Spirit Hosts off with the Lore of Undeath, which is just flipping outstanding. Very pleased about this. The Spirit Hosts pop up, and I really like being able to summon chaff like that, just out of the blue. And the fact that the unit doesn't cost you anything if they kill it is borderline cheating. I gotta be honest, I don't fully understand why GW says summon units don't count for points. Maybe it's to make it easier, you know, come time. Oh, you killed 3 units of zombies that I summoned up, so that's so many points, or blah blah blah. I don't know. I think that these guys should be worth something, but they don't cost anything, they don't count against anything, so it is what it is, and I'm gonna take advantage because I'm a dick like that. So there. Then over here, since my level 4 caster is out of the game, or for, you know, until my opponent's next magic phase because of that crazy end times magic spell that he cast, I use the Lore of Vampires to the utmost use, and I get Van Hells, and I get Hellish Vigor off on my Skeleton Warriors, bringing back some Skeleton Warriors, which is always nice. Healing wounds on the Titan, and I was able to scoot the Skeleton Warriors over a little bit so that they were blocking the Phoenix's charge into the casket, which I felt pretty good about, or at least I thought it was. I was trying anyway. And then we go over into shooting, and my archers shoot at the Reavers and kill 2 of them. They pass their panic check and don't go anywhere, but now there's 2 less in the world, and the world's better because of it. So I feel pretty good about that. And then I take my chariots, shoot at the white lions, and I kill another one or two, which is absolutely ridiculous. At this point, we both realize that my opponent's dice have completely turned on him, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. Over here in combat, I believe I get into a challenge with his character that's in this unit, and his character always strikes first, goes after my Abyssal Terror, and puts 2 wounds on him. I, in return, smash his face against a rock until his heart stops. And so, yeah, I felt pretty good about that. I win this combat by a lot, and he breaks. And he gets run down, and the unit is dead. So I feel pretty good about that. All the scouts are dead, a character is dead, and there's a big threat on my right flank that is no longer there. I feel great about this. Also, I took this picture late because I forgot. I did my stalker stare at the bolt thrower and forgot to put it in there, and so I did. So there it is. And yeah, I know it's out of turn and everything like that. We did it right in the game. I just forgot to take a picture, and I suck. But yeah, that's what happened there. Sorry if it's confusing. So then we go over here to top of 3 after movement, and there's a little bit. His Phoenix comes flying over real fast towards the casket, giving me one more turn to possibly casket a damn Phoenix off the table. Unlikely, I know, but hey, I'll take a chance. His Reavers on my left flank there shoot down to get behind the Vargheists and try to finish him off once and for all. His infantry stay put. His Sea Guard move to advance onto Spirit Host because he doesn't want me getting him into the Archers, which means that's the only place I want to put him now. And the Reavers that were on my right flank, instead of dealing with the skeletons, move over to harass the kitty some because, hey, why not, right? Nothing happens in a magic phase. He rolls like 12 or 13 dice for his magic phase, so it really wasn't that impressive. And just through dispelling and lack of able to get spells off and stuff like that, because he just started rolling really poor, his magic phase is bunk. I mean, a Kane magic phase, and completely useless. Couldn't get anything off. So we go into shooting, and the remaining bolt thrower that passed its panic check after its buddy got killed turns and shoots at my stalkers and staples one to the ground. So there's still 2 left. That's enough to deal with that bolt thrower, so I feel pretty good about that. And then over here, the Reavers are able to slip 1 more wound through on the Vargheist, but not kill him. So that's actually kind of a bonus too. I was expecting him to be dead, and the fact that he's still alive, it means he's got to take another round of shooting at him or charge him. Either way, I'm fine with that. Then over here, I don't know what shoots at him. I think Archers, and I get a wound put through on my Chariots. That's fine. I can heal that. With no combat, we go over here to bottom of 3 after movement. And again, I try to be clever. I believe my Chariots tried to charge the flank of his, what's it called, Sea Guard, and fail, which was unfortunate. I believe the War Kitty tried to charge the Phoenix Guard and failed as well, which also sucks. My General flies over next to the Sea Guard just to take it easy. They're going to charge a Phoenix Guard, the White Lions, or that damn Bolt Thrower next turn. Have not decided yet. The Spirit Host, who can march because the General's within 12, they move up to get to the flank of the Archers there and stop that damn unit of Sea Guard from reforming. Or Knights. I can't remember what they are. I think they're Sea Guard. Yeah, they're Sea Guard. I'm sorry. And the Titan turns to face the Phoenix just in case it was getting froggy. And the Skeleton Warriors just move up 4 inches or kind of wheel a little bit because why not? The Vargheist, to be completely honest with you, I completely forgot about it. So I just kind of left it there. And the Stalkers, they turn to face the Bolt Thrower because I want to Care Bear stare to death. There's a better picture of my Chariots and my War Kitty failing a charge, and those both kind of suck. And, oh, that's what happened. The Vargheist, he was going to move around and stuff like that, but he failed a frenzy check and tried to charge White Lions, and I rolled Snake Eyes. I think it was like a 2 and 2-1, so he moved up like 2 inches, and that was it. So he did move, just not really worth talking about. During the magic phase, nothing happens. Just nothing worth reporting. He's able to stop everything that I got, even though my level 4 is back. Nothing interesting or useful or worth mentioning occurs because I think he either dispels everything or I just fail so much it just doesn't work out. So we go into shooting, and my Archers take pot shots at the Reavers they've been harassing, and they get him down to 1. He passes his panic check, which is unfortunate, but now there's only 1 left, and so I feel pretty good about that. Then over here, my Stalker's Care Bear stare at the bolt thrower. I hit once, misfire once. I take 2 wounds. He takes 2 wounds. They die. The archers do pass their panic check, which was unfortunate. I really would have liked to see them flee. With still no combat, we go to top of 4 after movement, and there you go. For the most part, I'm sorry, during the magic phase, something relevant did happen. I don't know why I didn't take a picture of it. I got Hex Race on the table, and they were on the flank of the Phoenix Guard, so I felt pretty good about that. Other than that, his Phoenix, but in his movement phase, his Phoenix charges into my casket, and that was expected. I did try to get that spell off, and it just didn't work out. His Sea Guard come running over, or whatever they are, the Silver Helm. They come running over towards the kitty to try to deal with the kitty, and I don't know how I feel about that. Meanwhile, the White Lions turn to try to face the general because they think he's coming in there, and I'm not going to charge in there because I don't want him cutting the damn tear out from under me. And that's really... Oh, yeah, and his Reavers, I believe, charge the rear of my Vargeist. So, yeah, that's it. There's a better picture of the Phoenix slamming into the casket, and that kind of sucks. And here's a better picture of his Reaver slamming into the Vargeist, which is fine. Oh, I'm sorry. His archers did try to charge my stalkers, and they failed. He rolled snake eyes. I forgot all about that, so that was something. Once again, nothing happens during his magic phase, so we go into shooting, and he shoots one of my stalkers clean off the table with just his archers. It was kind of impressive, actually. In combat, his Reavers have no problem passing their fear check and beating the ever-loving poop out of my Vargeist, which he only had 1 wound left, but, you know, he was a hell of a speed bump, so I still like the Vargeist. It's not his fault that I failed him. Then in combat over here, I know it's hard to believe, but the Phoenix was able to destroy my casket without any real effort. The resulting explosion puts a couple of wounds on the Phoenix, takes out a few of my skeleton warriors, puts a couple wounds on the chariots, and leaves the, I believe leaves the Titan alone. But it was a decent explosion, causing some damage pretty much everywhere. With all that fun said and done, we go over here to bottom of 4 after movement, and I say, screw caution, we're going in. The Hex Race slam into the Phoenix Guard in the front, the Chariot slam into the Phoenix Guard in the flank. My General tries to charge the Bolt Thrower in the forest and fails. The Spirit Host charge the flank of the Archers and make it, and my Skeleton Warriors move up so they can get closer to the White Lions, because if anyone's going to deal with the White Lions, it's going to be my Skeleton Warriors. Meanwhile, the War Kitty backs up into the forest so that when his Silver Helm, I don't know why I've been calling them Sea Guard this whole time, but they are Sea Guard, or damn it, I'm still doing it. Silver Helm. It's the S words. Anyway, my kitty backs up into the forest so that if those guys do charge him, that's great because they'll have to take dangerous terrain for going into the forest, and they won't be steadfast because they'll be in the forest. So that was the hope there. If he was foolish enough to charge me, anyway, we'll see. And the Titan moves in front of the Phoenix like, hey, dude, bring it on. Why not, right? There's a better picture of my Chariots and my Hex Race slamming into the Phoenix Guard, and I figured if I was ever going to take them out, this would be the charge to do it. And there's a better picture of the Spirit Host slamming into the Archers, and that's not really the intent of winning, that's just the intent of doing as much damage to the Archer unit as I can, forcing panic checks if I can, or break checks anyway, and just holding them there for the rest of the game. During the magic phase, I just have fun augmenting the crap out of my War Kitty, just with the sole hope of stopping these guys from charging him, and if they do charge him, forcing him to earn it, I guess. And then during the shooting phase, those same archers shoot at the Silver Helm. Yay, I said it right. And are able to kill 2 of them, even though they have, like, what, a 2-up armor save? Yeah, they both die. 2 of them die, so that's awesome. Now there's only 10 to worry about. Yay. Over here in combat, my Spirit Host flubs spectacularly, which is great. And since I lose this combat with charge and a flank to rank and a banner, he has Musician, he wins by 1, my Spirit Host take a wound, and then of course since they won, they turn to face me losing the flank. Leave it to the dice. Oh well, what can you do? Then over here in combat, the guys don't do terrible. My opponent makes a buttload of ward saves, which is unfortunate. I really needed him to fail some here. But yeah, he makes a buttload of ward saves. I still end up winning this combat, but it doesn't really matter because they're stubborn, or they're steadfast, and they make their check, and the White Lions are going to charge into the flank of my chariots and destroy them, and probably due to combat res, destroy my Hex Race as well. And while I don't really care about the Hex Race, the chariots do cost me some points, and I got too excited all at once. I should have probably charged him into the White Lions, but hindsight. So we go over here to top of 5 after movement, and lo and behold, his White Lion slam into my chariots, rightfully done. His Phoenix charges into my Titan, and his Silverhelm back up. They don't want anything to do with the War Kitty right now, which is smart. Meanwhile, his other unit of Reavers run over to my left flank there, probably to just harass and try to get a hold of that Archer unit if they can. And other than that, everything he has is dead or in combat. There's a better picture of the White Lions crashing a party they were not invited to. There's a better picture of the Phoenix trying to pick up the spare with my Hyro Titan there, and I don't know how I feel about that. During the magic phase, he gets enchanted blades off on his archers, which is fine. Those spirit hosts failed me anyway, so they go straight to hell. And then he gets Hand of Glory off on his Phoenix Guard, which isn't better. Isn't better at all. During the shooting phase, he gets a hold of my last Stalker and kills it, and that sucks. In combat, however, his archers, now that they have enchanted blades, rip the spirit host apart. And you know what? That's fine. That's what they deserve for failing as badly as they did. Then over here in combat, we exchange a couple of wounds. He charged, had high ground, and did 2 wounds to my Titan. I, in return, I think did a wound or 2 to him. I lose this combat by 2. I'm an Arcane Construct. I take another wound. So something like that occurred, and it's not terrible. The Titan is still in there. He's got 3 wounds left, and the Phoenix is now stopped. So that's something. And then over here in combat, yeah, I'm retarded and I deserve this. My chariots get obliterated, my Hex Race get obliterated, and nothing happens to the Phoenix Guard or the White Lions. I'm a moron. I deserve this. Well played by my opponent. God, I'm stupid sometimes. So, with everything said and done, we go over here to bottom of 5 after movement, and since I'm a moron, I have to do moron things in order to win. My general charges into the Phoenix Guard, because if anyone's going to kill these guys, it's going to be him. The War Kitty charges into the flank of the White Lions because they overran trying to hit the general and failed, and I'm not going to leave that exposed flank alone. The War Kitty can do some serious damage there. I believe I tried to charge his Silverhelm and they fled. They failed their terror check and fled. So the War Kitty redirected into the White Lions, and that was awesome. My Skeleton Warriors move up towards the White Lions to try to help the War Kitty out because I don't know how long he's going to last against that unit. And everything else I have is pretty much in the back and out of range or in combat. So what can you do? There's a better picture of my general hitting the Phoenix Guard and my War Kitty hitting the White Lions because I need to get some points quick after being as stupid as I was last turn. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The Skeleton Warriors did try to charge the White Lions in the flank, and I needed like a 9 or a 10 to hit them, and I was close. I think I rolled a 7 or an 8, but close but no cigar, and they end up trundling forward like 6 inches or something like that and failing the charge, which is unfortunate. During the magic phase, I'm able to get Incantation of Desiccation off on his Phoenix, which is awesome because I take 3 strength and toughness off the Phoenix, which means my Titan has a really good chance of beating this thing into the ground now. He is only strength 5, but, yeah, strength 5 right now, so, you know, but still, I think the Phoenix now is toughness 3, so all I have to do is hit. All I have to do is hit. Unfortunately, the Incantation of Desiccation was an irresistible forced one, so I roll on the miscast chart and roll a miscast 5.
No! You must not read from the book!
The resulting damage sees 5 of my Skeleton Warriors off the table, but my character, I think she's got a 6-up Seed of Rebirth or Talisman of Protection or something like that, and she makes her save. So she's actually fine, but 5 Skeleton Archers are dead, but that's perfectly fine. I can bring those guys back later. Then we go over here into combat, and the Sissy Bird can't hurt me at all, but I think I put another wound or 2 on... No, I think I put 1 more wound on the Phoenix. I win this combat, but it makes this break check no problem. And then in this combat, oh my, Thunder Crush. Thunder Crush goes off. I obliterate a bunch of these guys. Thunder Stomp, I obliterate a bunch of these guys. Attacks, I obliterate a bunch of these guys. Flaming, what is it? Fiery Roar. I obliterate a bunch of these guys. There's 9 white lions left and a BSB after all is said and done. They're stubborn. They don't go anywhere. But the War Kitty beat the crap out of these guys, and that was great. Unfortunately, since they're stubborn, they're able to make their leadership check with the BSB no problem, turn to face the War Kitty. But as you can see, he makes damn sure to keep the BSB out of base to base with the War Kitty. So, what can you do? Then over here, the unit champion issues a challenge, attacks the what's it called, the Abyssal Terror, fails, and I'm able to beat on him for a little bit, which I feel pretty good about. I'm able to kill the Phoenix. I win this combat, but it doesn't matter. They're steadfast and they don't go anywhere. So we go over here to top of 6 after movement, and his Silverhelm rally, and that's fine. They just are going to be over there now. They're not going anywhere because it's top of 6. He won't get a turn to do anything with them now. His archers with his character slam into the flank of my general just for combat res purposes. He's hoping to just, mitigate it and destroy me that way, which isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. And his Reavers charge into the Titan. Again, combat res. High ground charge, banner. He's trying to combat res my Titan into the dirt, and that's not a terrible idea, gotta be honest with you. Other than that, everything else he has is a couple of Ulthros and some archers. They stay put. There's really nothing for them to do right now. There's a better picture of his Reavers slamming into my Titan, and well played, well played. And there's a better picture of his archers slamming into my general, and I don't know. I don't know if I would have done that. I mean, I know he needs combat res, charge, flank, and all that stuff. That's +2 combat res. I get that, but I don't know. Letting my terror stomp into the archers, because I'm gonna direct my attacks at the archers, not them. If he challenges with one of his casters, I'll take that too. But it was. I don't know. I mean, it was a gamble. It was a gamble. Maybe it would have worked out. Maybe it wouldn't. You'll have to see. Nothing happens in his magic phase. He rolls another kind of piss poor magic phase, and so I'm able to dispel it and stop everything, and he's not really able to get anything off. Just some bad rolling too. I think he rolled like 2 or 3 dice at a few things and rolled like 2 1s, 3 1s. It was bad. So we go into shooting, and I don't know what takes a shot at my archers, but 1 dies, and I really couldn't care less. And then we go into combat, and unfortunately, my Titan decides that this is a good time to flub. I'm able to kill 1 Reaver. They're not able to do anything to me. Charge, flank, or charge, high ground, banner to wound. I lose by 1, and I take another wound, but the Titan is still there, and that means something. Then over here in combat, yeah, I'm able to destroy a lot of archers. I issue a challenge and he refuses it, so his caster, his general or whatever, goes to the back of the Phoenix Guard, which is fine. I direct all my attacks into his archers, and as you can see, I do a decent amount of damage to them. Thank you, Red Fury. Before my Terror can do anything, though, it gets obliterated by the Phoenix Guard Archer combo, which is fine. That's kind of what it's supposed to do. My general takes a wound at some point, but I think I win this combat. And that's great and all, but they're both steadfast and they don't go anywhere. But it's going the right direction. I feel pretty good about that. Then over here in combat, I take 1 wound on the War Kitty. I kill 4 White Lions, which is out friggin' standing. I don't use Thunder Crush this time. I just use regular attacks. 4 wounds to 1 wound banner and BSB. I win by 1. They're stubborn and they don't go anywhere. So, this is it. This is for all the marbles. We go tier 2, bottom of 6 after movement, and there's not a ton. My warriors try to charge the White Lions, and I fail again. Oh, that sucked. And that's it. Everything else I have is dead or in combat. My archers move up towards the right there because that one remaining Reaver, fast cav guy, is on the right flank on that mountain. I know or on that hill anyway. I know you can't see him because I took a bad picture, but he's over there, and I want those points. Damn it. There's a better picture of my skeleton warriors failing their charge against the White Lions. They needed an 8, and I think I rolled like a 6. It was so close. During the magic phase, I'm able to get that incantation of Desert Wind off on my skeleton warrior or archers just to get them closer to that Reaver so I can shoot more shots at it. I want the points. I need them. And then I'm able to get 5-up ward save off on the War Kitty, healing his wound, and now giving him a much better save than the 5-up armor that didn't come into effect. So if they do roll a 6, I have a 1/3 chance of stopping it, which I'll take. During the shooting phase, my archers, thanks mainly to the movement and everything like that, are able to fire off and destroy his final fast cav, giving me the points for the unit, which I was happy about, I won't lie to you. And then over here in combat, it's glorious. I am able to kill all the white lions, but the BSB is still alive. That was my one regret. The BSB was still alive, and he makes his break checks. So oh, I would have liked to see the BSB die. But then again, I would have liked to not lose anything and see all the elves just kill themselves on top of one. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I do pretty well here, though. The white lions are all dead, and the BSB is standing there with his banner flapping in the wind. So the white lions are dead. That's a huge chunk of points, bottom of 6, and that really, really is going to help. Then over here in combat, I get his caster. I believe I get his level 4 Archmage or whatever. He refuses a challenge, so I send something else to the back, and I just direct a lot of attacks at him, killing him. And then I direct some attacks into the Phoenix Guard. I think I kill a couple of them. We don't move the models because it's bottom of 6. What's the point, right? I win this combat. They're both steadfast. They both stay, but a character died, and that's what's important. Speaking of characters dying, my poor Titan. Yeah, the Phoenix is full strength again, and with everything said and done, before I even get to attack, my Titan is beaten into the ground. The last couple of wounds go through, and he dies. So that's unfortunate, but the Titan held that guy up for a while, and I'll take it. That's pretty damn good. There it is, guys. There's the end of the game. As you can see, this one was close. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to tell you what happened until the very recap end. But you know what? This was a damn good game. I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I got to kill a bunch of elves. So yeah. Once again, the Kane Magic phase. Found it to be balanced. Really, really balanced. I did not have a problem with anything. He got Tempest off a few times, which was fine. I mean, that's part of the idea. But for the most part, like, it was so hard to get that mindset of the old Magic phase to the new Magic phase that there were mistakes made, even by, you know, veteran players. And we had like 2 or 3 Magic phases where just like no spells got off at all. So it was interesting. I like it. I really do. Don't worry, you're never gonna see this at a GT or anything like that. But in a friendly game and stuff like that, I really don't see the problem with allowing it at all. Other than, you know, you just don't like it, and that's perfectly fine. But you know what? We'll get to my recap in a minute and all the other philosophy stuff later, because this game is over.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Banners, banners, banners. Get you some banners. Look at the banners. You are never going to be able to get better banners than this. There is no company, there is no talent scout, there is no entity on the planet that's going to get you banners better than this. Custom banners for your custom army. You want better paint scores. You want that little edge that makes your army better than the guy next to you. Sick of running, you know, going to tournaments and getting that paint score that's just a few points lower than the guy that literally sneezes on his army, and you can't figure out why? Get these banners and make your army really pop, really stand out. Send this guy an email, tell him what you want, and get yourself some banners. It's totally worth it. Alright, guys and gals, there it is. Token Gal is back, and she's back in full operation mode of making tokens. So if you missed out before she went and got married and became Mrs. Token Gal, or however that works, this is your chance. Get your tokens now. Send her an email. Send her your monies. Get yourself some tokens. They're dirt cheap, solid gold quality. You're not going to be disappointed. Tell her Tremendous sent you. She'll probably know. But yeah, get these tokens. They're so much better than just using dice. They're so much easier to remember everything. You don't have to worry about your cards getting lost, stolen, ripped, torn, whatever. And, you know, they're glass beads, cool high-def pictures. Totally worth it. Get yourself some tokens. You won't regret it. That's right, guys. As you saw from the pictures, Unleashed Wargaming is now doing magic cards. As you can see, not only magic cards, but phenomenal magic cards. Laminated on thick cardstock, photoshopped so that it's real sharp pictures. The words are easy to read. It's real obvious they're numbered, the casting value, the type of spell it is. And they're so unique. They're beautiful magic cards. I have every intention in the world of sending just all the orders I can get to this guy when 9th edition comes out to give me a whole set of the magic cards, because these are amazing. Not only does this guy do great painting, so if you want your models painted or you need something painted and you want it painted at a real good standard, at a professional standard for a damn good price, contact this guy. Send him an email. Get yourself some cards. Get yourself your army painted. You won't regret it. Let him know Tremendous sent you. So, as you guys can see, it was very close, but after totaling up the points, I won! Barely! I ended up getting 1,282 out of him. He ended up getting 1,123 out of me for a difference of 159 points. Man, I love the close games. I really do. They're the best. And since been using these end time rules and everything like that, a lot of my games have been really close like this, and I'm happy. Very happy. Very good games. I ended up losing my horsemen archers, both units of chariots, and my casket, my titan. My casket, my titan, and my stalkers. The elves ended up losing one of the level 4 casters, one of the princes, the Shadow Warriors, the Reavers, 2 bolt throwers, and the White Lions, which was awesome. Thank you, Kitty. Other than that, it was a very close game. In fact, getting the Reavers and the White Lions at the last minute like that is what won me the game, and won me the game barely. Literally could have went either other way. I mean, one die roll the other direction, one White Lion surviving, and that would have been it. Crazy close game. Love the close one. Love those climactic endings. Just absolutely fantastic. Still enjoying the new Magic phase too. I do see how people are like, oh, the Magic phases take a lot longer. You're right, they do. They really do. But I would say no more than an early movement phase. You know, it's just they're just that critical now. You really got to think. You really got to try to forward thought everything, and it's rough. It's very rough. You're absolutely right. It's a huge shift in thinking from the old way to the Kane way. But I love it. I really love it. Magic phase is a lot more than the two-dimensional, here's a few spells to pull out the spell dice, and 6 dice Mind Razor, 6 dice Purple Sun, or whatever I'm going to 6 dice, or 5 dice. Okay, some people are conservative. But, you know, it's just one of those things. I like this better. I like how it works. But I don't know. Is it going to make it to 9th? Is it going to stay like this? Who knows? Is it ever going to be at a GT? Probably not. Probably not. There's a lot of people, you know, throwing hissy fits about it, and that's fine. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I do. I'm sorry, you're not going to get a whole lot of sympathy from this end of the table, because I just think it's a better Magic phase. I really do. How about that War Kitty? I should have gotten him in the combat sooner. I got to quit being so passive-aggressive with my damn army and throw them into these guys. The War Kitty kicked ass and took names. Took on basically an entire unit of White Lions on his own, and killed them all. And took 1 wound that was healed later for his trouble. That was awesome. Gotta love the War Kitty. Gotta get him in combat quicker next time. I'll remember that. For the first time in a long time, my general actually survived. His mount died, but that's fine. His mount is more of a vessel than anything else, and I just really like the model. But he survived, and he kicked some ass. He was able to get a character for me, too. That was really cool. So, yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Like I said before, absolutely love the close games, and thank you end times. You know, all these games that I've been playing lately have been really close, win or lose, and I appreciate that. I really do. But this was a damn good game. This was a damn good opponent, and I cannot wait for the rematch. And real quick, guys, I'm going on vacation, you know, going to be with family and stuff like that. Probably won't have any time at all to do battle reports after this. So this is probably going to be my last battle report for 2014. I should be kicking it right back off come January, and maybe I'll be able to squeeze out one more battle report before 2015, but I highly doubt it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, because this will be it until next year, which at probably the posting of this is going to be like 3 days from now or something. But yeah, yeah, I've enjoyed 2014. Thank you everybody for enjoying my channel or not enjoying it, whichever. And I will see you guys all next year. So yeah, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. And yeah, see you in 2015. Thanks.